So this is an idea I go back and forth on. And I want to go back and forth and explain the pros and cons. And if you have any comments or ideas or stuff about that, leave in the comment section below. Maybe we should do economy where we pay more friends and people we know. We should get used to it. The reason why I say this is that it may be better than the money going to giant big businesses, and less of the money might be wasted on managers or bosses or stuff. You might go to more people that you support. Exactly. It also might increase the exchange rate of money, so it changes more hands faster, which actually means there's more money in the economy. It can help decrease inflation and make the economy more stable. But it also might help people that cannot hold a traditional job. A few examples of this might be, what if someone has illnesses or other things that make the schedule messed up so they can't hold a traditional job? What if they have a bunch of abilities that do not fit in the best in a traditional manner? Maybe they're a little bit good at making websites, a little bit good at cooking, a little bit good at this and that. Maybe they're good at certain household tasks, and they just don't want to get the, and it's hard for them to find employment solely focused on that. Maybe they don't get along well with a lot of people, but there's a few people they do get along well with. It's There's other things like that. Another one that might happen is that if we do it this way, people might have to stop self-promoting as much because they work independently, because we're already used to paying people like this. So it's natural that everyone does it to some extent. So you have the self-promotion thing right there. Now, again, there's many cons. One is this might not make the jobs as stable because you're relying on your friends, and what if your friends get sick? The thing is that if the economy has enough people doing this, maybe we figure out a way around this problem, and with the money getting exchanged faster. Another problem is that there's not going to be as much welfare and stuff like that going around. Well, but what if we had a society with more welfare in the first place? Another one might be that it might be harder to tax people and stuff, or monitor transactions and stuff like that, because it's not done in a big official capacity as much. But a huge one is that it might make friendships and other things more transactional based. It might destroy internal motivation. However, maybe that people with having more freedom have more internal motivation and stuff like that. So that's a one argument. You could also say that maybe this is a stepping stone, that people first do stuff that society first does it based on money, but then people just do favors just outright with no money, or in outright, but like one person cooks for someone and one person then learns to make clothes for somebody or something, or programs or something else, which having these transactions back and forth might lead to more greater bonding and friendship, maybe, and people rely more on their friends. It might also mean that if you do earn money, you can save it up more because you have to spend less money on stuff. Maybe we will learn to devalue money as much, not focus on it. Having this more abstract economy might make us focus less on the economy and more on people, because we can't measure GDP and stuff as accurately. It could also help people that have a variety of interests and want to have a little bit of a job here, a little bit of a job there, a little bit of a job there, maybe cooking, programming, something like that. But again, maybe we get stuck in a loop of just making everything transactional based from a very young age, so we never learn just to do stuff. So I am really arguing back and forth about this. What I do think is very important is to support a friend that does have a small business already with their business. That is something we should definitely get used to. Another thing we should get used to is spending a lot, is how we spend money, we should change it. And how we should spend money to change it is we should spend money on making first our life just easier. Because that will mean that we have more free time to help other people. But when the going gets tough, our life is better, more barriers, but that also means more time just to enjoy ourselves, less stress. It's good for our health. Instead of just spending on luxury items just to boast and show to other people, like your 10th car. And there's almost always a way to make your life easier if you have enough money. It might be progressively less. I mean, maybe in the car, having more cars might make it more easy if your car is distributed, but not by much. It might not be worth the hassle of keeping track of all the cars. Another thing that people should think about spending more money on is the security in life, which is similar to making life more easily. But also spending more money in an activist manner of helping out other people. And spending money on any big corporation and stuff usually backfires and promotes corporate greed, and you don't know what's going on. Spending money on small people back and forth and helping make the community does help you back and stuff, and it will also give you stuff you want. Of course, that's if you have the money to do it. Also, if you spend more money with friends, they might have more time to hang out with you because the job is them hanging out with you. But also that might lead to more drama in the workplace because what if they're doing a bad job? Or something like that. But it might lead to less drama because you might get along more with them. So then, again, a back and forth conversation. Maybe also you could start end up more with business ventures with friends and stuff like that with the society, or complex ventures. These complex ventures then can go into more friendly workplaces with less discipline and stuff like that, because you're all friends, so you don't need as much of a boss. Or it might break up friendships. But the way maybe around all of this is if we make money less necessary, there's less friction if we do have more of these transactions, and we can make money less necessary in the first place by promoting more of a welfare state. So having different hierarchies like that, or having like a universal basic income. So all that might be well and good. I do not think there's a and how do you train this? Well, again, if you pay money to a lot of kids at a young age, you're destroying the intrinsic motivation they have. You might destroy creativity and stuff. It might destroy the value of friendship or just doing stuff. Maybe talk more about people helping out other people instead of actually doing it yourself with rewards and punishments. So then just naturally help out other people, and they view money as an extension of helping out people. That might not work in reality. That might be a stretch. But just a thought. Also, this is a great way of avoiding taxes, so, or big government oversight of where your money goes. Which also, again, might hurt the welfare state that would actually help impact this. But do we actually have to spend that much money on good welfare? It's arguable because an example is US healthcare is by far the most expensive healthcare in the world per person, yet it's less because it's not a well-managed system. So, and welfare also tends to pay for itself by making people healthier, happier, more educated, more productive, and so on and so on. So, there is also that point that it just simply might pay for itself, the welfare. Or maybe if you teach people different values, they're more likely just to donate money to the government themselves or the projects, or just do stuff out of kindness, so you need less welfare in the first place, or that they just honest on the taxes and give more money to donate more money, kind of. And maybe with less corporate greed and consumption, the economy will work better, and with less like managers and stuff like that. There also might be less of a hierarchy, which means the taxes payments might be more even and better. So you don't have like the ultra-rich that figure out ways around taxes, and also the ultra-rich more likely to influence the government and take control of power away from the people. So if you have more people on an equal level, maybe the government becomes more representative and society in general. Well, that's about it for now. Well, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us turn out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in a year, 4,000 watch hours, which is really hard. Really help. I think I can do it. Or if any ideas for future videos, comments, or suggestions, please leave in the comments section below. Again, thank you very much. Goodbye.